Hello, Satnam. So I was just really thinking a lot lately about my own healing process and what I've been through and just where I am at and how I got here. And I have a lot to thank Kundalini Yoga and Science of Mind, because Science of Mind taught me the power of using my thoughts to heal myself, of using my thoughts in my mind for the highest, knowing that with my mind I can truly operate in a way that I can everything that I think, everything, just being conscious of how I think and how I see things, and that really changed my life. But Kundalini Yoga brought me a point where it really helped me get in touch with my body. It helped me know when I'm triggered and how to control my triggers and how to truly, truly heal. Because there's a point where, you can go to a therapist and you can do all this therapy work and work on your mind. Um, but if you truly don't heal the body system, it could be a problem, because that connection between the mind and the body, there's a huge gap, there's a huge connection there. And if you don't realize that there's a huge connection, it could be a huge gap in your healing process, because the body remembers, the body takes score. If you haven't read that book, it's an awesome book. But the body remembers, it remembers its triggers, it remembers how it felt when something happened to you, when there's a trauma. It remembers all of that. So I think that's why it's so important that when you do this healing process, that you're healing some kind of trauma, that you heal it in the body too. And you can easily do that, by doing these kriyas. Kundalini Yoga has kriyas or exercise sets that you can use, that they can help you, move the energy of the body. But, doing that mental work, being conscious, and then getting in touch with the body. When something's triggering you, or when someone's triggering you, really finding out why they're triggering you and where in the body it's triggering you. And I can give you a huge example. When I was 17 years old, I went to a party, and this is a story that I like to talk about in my classes and with my women's circles, because I think that as women, we have a lot of trauma in our bodies. And a lot of times, because we've been sexually harassed, we've been touched, and it could be just someone just touching our butt in the subway or in the whatever. We have been, mostly all of us, sexually abused in some kind of way. So anyways, when I was 17 years old, I went to a party, and in the party, it was New Year's Eve, and then New Year's, 12 p.m. came, and everyone's celebrating Happy New Year's, and everyone's giving each other a hug. And I gave this guy a hug, and he grabbed my butt really, really hard, like to the point that I felt really violated. So I hear it come, and I slap him, and the guy comes and he socks me back in my mouth. So at that point right there, I literally was crying. It was such a traumatic experience for me that, up to this point, when my husband will tap me on my butt or touch me on my butt, I'll get really, really triggered. So the body remembers, the body keeps score. We have trauma in our body, like my example that I just gave you. So I forgot about this experience, and I really just went on with my life, and here I am 32 years old later, and I'm doing my healing process, and this comes back up while I'm doing my healing process. These memories, these traumas of why I feel a certain way. And again, when we're triggered, we need to be really conscious and touch with ourselves, and really, really be aware of our bodies, aware of our mental, of how we're feeling. And we need to ask ourselves, but there's a lot of compassion that needs to be there, a lot of self-love, a lot of self-caring, because if you don't have a lot of self-love and self-caring while you're going through these healing process, it could be very traumatic, the experience. And having a group of friends that you can talk to, especially friends that you meditate, friends that that you don't party with, that this is the friends that you can talk to about this healing process. Because when you have that community, you can send me a message, I could be your friend. So when you have this community, it's important that you are there for each other and healing each other, because we all have this together, and we're all healing together in this whole Me Too movement. It's because we all need to take care of ourselves and be in love with ourselves. So if you're going through the healing process and you're triggered by something, it could be that You don't like someone tapping you or something. Could be the simplest thing that you get triggered by. It's because your body remembers of some kind of trauma. And some people have big traumas, some people have little traumas. It doesn't matter. We all have, it's all the same, it all feels the same. So how can we move this out of the body? Like I said, Kundalini Yoga is so wonderful. It moves, it shakes that energy out of the body, moves it out so we can live a happier life. So we can be in a place so we can remember who we truly are, and who we truly are is divine. We are the likeness and the image of the divine, which is this temple right here is holy. This temple right here is sacred. And when we come back to that place where we can remember our true nature, when we can remember and our body can remember who we truly are, which is divine, which is beautiful, which is sacred, is holy, it's magnificent, that we can be our truest, highest self. We can truly be in that place where we can really be in our purpose and our highest purpose, which is to love, to teach love, to be in the space of compassion for one another. I mean, we have forgotten to be compassionate with each other. We have forgotten that we all are going through something, and in the process of forgetting that we are all going through something, we forgot to be compassionate with ourselves. And this is the reason why we get so triggered so quickly. So being compassionate with yourself and then being compassionate with others. There's something in Yogi Bhajan said that without compassion there's nothing. You cannot be anything if there's no compassion. If you don't have compassion for yourself, you're not going to have compassion for other people. You're not going to be able to love other people. So moving that energy out of the body, doing what you need to do. This is why I believe that yoga is so important, and any type of yoga does the work, but Kundalini Yoga really moves that energy out of the body. And this is why we do the type of work that we do. And having someone that you can talk to when you're going through these experiences of moving the energy, because things are going to come up. Like the memory of someone grabbing my butt, that is the memory, that is the trigger, that is the trauma that I had. And if it wasn't for me going through the process of that healing and remembering through meditation, I wouldn't have never known that I had that trauma in my body. So if you're getting triggered, there's some kind of form of trauma, you can move this energy too by dancing. Dancing, sensually dancing by yourself, no alcohol, just moving, dancing, moving that energy around, getting in touch with your body. Some of us, we're not even in touch with our bodies. We're all in our head. And that is the problem, that's the issue, that we are all in our head. We get stuck up here being negative to each other, being negative to ourselves, when we should come back to the heart, come back to the body, and it has to be this connection between the heart and the body. Anyway, so I just really wanted to let you know how powerful you are and how you have this ability to heal your body, to heal your mind, to heal whatever you're going through, and that there's this divine presence that's around you, that's sustaining you, that's holding you, that's loving you, that's keeping you in this bubble of love. And you are meant to be happy, you're meant to live a peaceful life, and you're meant to be whole and have everything your heart desires. And it's just when you try and you start surrendering to that divine power within you. I love you so much. Satnam.